All praises to the Most High. We just want to talk very briefly. Fair use, 1976 Act. This is for education purposes to the people of the United States and to especially the indigenous people of this land who were here before they got here and began to colonize our nation. And we know that's what happened. They began to colonize the nation, right? And we're going to talk about fraud here, Social Security fraud. Now, Social Security was supposed to be a benefit when it started out for the indigenous people of this land, right? Because I tell you guys all the time what was supposed to happen, and let's see, I think we can pull it up. I'm going to pull it up one day. I'm going to pull up the rights of indigenous people and the parts, the articles of that bill, that document, the articles of that document that was ratified into law. So the document of the document of the rights of indigenous people and the human rights document and the Constitution and the rights, the law, the contract, the treaty, peace and friendship treaty, they were all ratified into law. In other words, the contract says that these people will come in this land because they were suffering persecution from their governments in Europe. That's what the colonizing is about. We gave them land and gave them a visa to stay here. Benjamin Franklin and those people, right? The rich folks that were being persecuted, the Pilgrims, because they didn't they were being persecuted because of their religious belief and they couldn't practice their religion where they were. Don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound like what they were actually doing to the 10 tribes that came over here originally? The 10 tribes of Israel, the northern kingdom, came over here to practice their religious beliefs in peace, to worship God in peace. See how they always steal? See the theft that always go on with these people? I know we're talking about fraud now. We're talking about fraud. We're using Social Security as one of the fraudulent acts that they are claiming. They're always claiming somebody else is harming them, right? So we see them claiming that they're being harmed. They are being harmed. And they are being harmed. They're claiming that their government is harming us by sending out monies, which is not really money. They took all the real money out of the country and it's over in Vatican and over in those monarchy countries, right? They got it in vaults. They got it in warehouses, in bouillon cubes. They got it in bouillon cubes, in plastic, in rubber tubs, stacked to the top in big rubber tubs that enough to fill up Walmart. Nothing in Walmart but bouillon cubes on shelves in rubber tubs to the top, right? That's how much gold they stole out of the world. That's what the Queen opened her vault before she died, and she let you see. The Vatican opened his vault and let you see. All these European countries, Edomites have stolen all the wealth, and they replaced it with 39-cent dollar bills, right? That's what their money, I don't care what the number printed on it, is worth, 39 cents. That's the paper that it's printed on. Nothing backing it, right? But so they're saying that their government that they run is committing fraud in all these agencies. And that is so right. That is so right. So we're talking about Social Security and them frauding the indigenous people of this land. They say they brought you black people agree with them. Some of you dark-skinned people call yourself Judah. The camps call yourself Judah. And you say everybody, all the rest of the northern kingdom and all down in the islands, the 40 islands of the uh, Polynesian islands and the Caribbean islands, all those people in government that run those governments are white people, right? We know that. Some of the presidents are not even the people from this land. I think Mexico got a Chinese or RN or not a Moab, because we know Moab is not. We proved that Moab is not white. Moab is black. But all the indigenous people of the earth are being ruled right now by a fraudulent government. And now the fraudulent government is telling us that their fraudulent agencies that they set up is stealing our fraudulent money. Because we know the dollar bill ain't worth nothing, but they say it's worth everything. But they're stealing our fraudulent money that we punch the time clock, put our energy toward building their wealth, more wealth, with the fraudulent money. They got the real money hid away. Now they send the fraudulent money. We're going to pay and we're going to do business with the fraudulent money. And they're saying they're for our interest, right? It's in our interest, the indigenous people and those slaves that they brought over here, those MAGA slaves, those white supremacist slaves that they brought over here to force them in to be taskmasters over the indigenous people who do most of the heavy lifting, right? So these fraudulent dignitaries, these fraudulent senators and governors and judicial system, which is one of the biggest fraud, the judicial system, they claim jurisdiction over the whole earth and force us to keep laws that they make. We don't even get to take part in making the laws that we want for our community. They force their laws into our communities. Not only that, they draw a line, a red line around the place where they want us to live. And they force their police officers into our communities to enforce us staying in the lines. Keep the colors in the lines, right? Keep the colors in the lines. Okay? So now they're saying that they have been fraudulent to us. They're admitting it. This Social Security is a benefit. They were not supposed to take money out of our Social Security. We already pay them taxes, right? They were not supposed to take, so they decided to come up with, okay, you guys, we want you to pay in the Social Security because we don't have enough money to pay to keep paying. But they spent out trillions and trillions of dollars of our money, fraudulently taking it and bringing their people into this country to be taskmasters over us while they force us to work, punch a time clock, using our energy for 500 years. They use our human energy for over 500 years. They're still using it. Our kids are forced into this energy stealing system, and their kids, and their kids, and their kids. It's called slavery. It's called violating our human rights. We're not free. Oh no, all you high-paying slaves think you're free because you get to live in some of the communities with their taskmasters, right? Let's just call them terrorists and taskmasters right now, because that's what they are. They're the eyeballs and ears of the system that they forced on us, the Hellenistic system, right? And they forced us to take their position, Gentiles, in their nation, in our own nation, we are forced to be them, and they took our identity. How's that sound? Wow. How does that sound, folks? We're forced into to take their identity, and they just lifted our identity along with our heritage, everything our ancestors worked for over 1,000 years before they got here. We built this country. You think we were living out in tents when they got here? Are you crazy? We had buildings, we had government, we had streets, we had sidewalks, we had sewage system. We built a sewage system in Israel. Before 70 AD, we had a sewer system. That's why they were able to stay in Jerusalem. They were able to stay in Jerusalem for 500 months while the Roman government surrounded Jerusalem and began to fight, and they tried to cut our water system. We had underground water ducts and tunnels that we could go in and out, bring the water in and out, and get food in and out. We had this system before in ancient time, we had built that kind of system. The fraudulent government tells us that they are committing frauds and stealing all of our money that we paid in, fraudulent money, into this system to help sustain us as we got too old to work. Now they're saying, oh, well, we've been stealing your money, so we're going to shed all of your money, all the money down that you paid in. Well, I want my money back in interest, and you should too. We want our money back in interest for the fraudulent taxes, for the fraudulent taxes, for the whole fraudulent system that you set in place to rob us. We want interest back right now. When you shut those benefit agencies down, Social Security is a benefit to us that we paid for. Now you want to shut it down and fund the so-called, it ain't money. I don't give a damn what you do with the numbers on the bank's book. The bank is fraud. But if you shut down that Social Security system and all the systems that's in place to help us, because you don't want us to be alive and to survive you don't want us to survive you, so you'll shut down your own. We know you'll feed your own people. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you so-called black people. When they shut down all the systems, they're going to have a place that their taskmasters, that their spies and taskmasters and government agents, they'll have a place that they can go and just get whatever they need. The whole food stores. They'll block us from getting it, and they'll cut our water out, but they'll have waters coming out of their systems for their people. You just got to go to their camps. You got to go to where they're camped out and get safety, refuge. They have running water pumps, everything you need, Coke machines, slaves. They got everything where they're going to be at. They've got food. They got heat. Just like God took care of us in the wilderness, that's what those gods are going to do for their taskmasters that they brought over here to grab our land. And they think that we're going to be out and won't have nothing because we won't be able to depend on them anymore. Ha ha. The Most High is going to destroy you and your refugee camps. In your camps. After seeing everything that the Most High God, the Israelites God, who y'all don't serve, he's not your God. You've seen all the things, him pointing his finger down, blowing your houses away, putting his finger down, touchdown fires on individual houses, jumping over other houses, causing your leaders to go mad and think that they are bad enough to fight the Most High God. Y'all still gonna run to them refugee camps instead of cleaving to the Israelites and helping us to take Esau down, grabbing Esau's heel by praying against him, praying P-A-R-Y-I-N-G, not P-E-R-I-N-G. P-E-R-Y-I-N-G. No, we're not going to prey on you. We don't want nothing you got. Because we know you don't have nothing of value. If you don't have a Yahweh Bahashem and Mashiach Yahweh Shai on your side, you don't have any power. You don't have any nourishments. The Most High can make all the food you stored up, he can make it rot in one night, overnight. Didn't he do it to the Israelites? Didn't he say, eat everything because in the morning that manna is going to be rotten? So you better start eating what you got now. Because you're going to, all of a sudden, everything you have done, the cup is going to pour over on you, spill out on you, and you're going to be sitting destitute on the ground saying, we need help. We're not going to survive the Most High God, creator of the universe. You ain't going to survive him. You looking around at us saying, well, if we can kill his servant and his son, then we can take the vineyard for our own. You're not going to be able to do it because the captain is standing right here looking at you. You're not going to be able to continue past your time to rule your kingdom, your empire on the earth. You're not going to be able to hold the title deed to the earth any longer. Your time is up. And you say, well, it's racist and it's selfish for y'all to claim that God is only for y'all. That's what y'all did. Did we get to rule in your kingdom? No, you kept us in the dungeon, in slavery, in jails all that time. Past the time. Ezekiel 35:5, read that. You held us past the time. When our time to be redeemed and to come out of this slavery was up, you said, no, I don't care what God said. He might have freed you from slavery, but we didn't. We're going to keep these mental and these systems in place to keep frauding you out of your freedom, your God-given freedom, your dominion over your world. We're going to keep our foot on your neck. We're going to let the man that killed George Floyd out of jail and all of our prisoners free and all of our wicked, demonic-minded people loose on y'all. Do it. Go ahead and do it. We ain't worried about it. Y'all ain't nothing but a snap of a finger, man. We are praying right now. Your airplanes are falling out of the sky. You're going mad. Mad dog. You're destroying yourselves. You're breaking your own kingdom down, you idiots. These systems that you set in place, God allowed you to set in place, they sustain you also. And when your refugee camps fail you, and you're sitting over there starving to death, we're going to leave all your drugs, your biological weapons, we're going to leave them right there with you. Stay there. Keep using your fentanyl. Keep using all your keep storing all your biological warfare weapons up. Keep them in your refrigerators. Everything you built the weapon to form, every weapon you formed against us, they're going to fail you. And you're going to turn them on yourselves. So yeah, we see Social Security, we want all the interest back. We want all our interest back. Everything we paid into this Social Security, we want it all back. Let's see, I ain't going to be able to move this. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Okay. See, we want it all back, man. Look. Okay, you holding the American flag when you should be holding up the seven branch menorah. Excuse me. You should be holding the seven branch menorah, and you should have a sign saying, "These are God's people." I see what you're doing. You cleaving, but you're doing it your way, right? You're doing it your way. Fair use, fair use. Fair use. Save us. Save lives. Save U.S. AIDS. Save lives. Okay. You still see these people here? They should be saying, uh, raise it, raise it. Raise it means bring it down. They're saying save U.S. AIDS. Okay? We're not saying that. The Israelites should never be saying save it, save USA, nothing. They should be saying raise it, bring it down, Lord. Bring them down to where they belong. Not hold them in place. Get some new slave catchers in there. Get the new slave catchers in there, right? Get the new slave catchers in there that's going to treat us right. Because these people right here, they voted that these fraudulent government leaders, corporation leaders, would give them benefits, hold their benefits in place, give them the best things in our land, keep stealing our stuff and give it to them. Because they feel like they are a part, they're the reason why this government can be in place, because with these people out among us, they are a threat. They are the threat, the force behind that U.S. fraudulent government. They are the force behind it. They said, Donald Trump, command us and we'll go into their communities and destroy them. That's just like we did Wall Street. They are the force behind these U.S. aids that they're saying, save, give us our aids, because we're your force. We live among these people. We can tell you what they're doing. We can help you sustain your powers, your fraudulent powers over these people. But if not, then the Most High God is going to deliver them from our grasp. We won't be able to stay on their land anymore. We won't have jurisdiction over the world anymore. You better let us help you, Donald. Give us our aids back. The only reason these people are holding these signs, because what these wicked devils and wolves are doing is hurting them first. And they're trying to make us think that they are cleaving to us. But we see what the signs are saying. Save us. Save AIDS. Save our lives. We don't care about those other people. They proved it to us time and time again, right? They proved it to us time and time again that they don't really care about us. Look at their faces. Those are the faces of the same people that was watching the white supremacists come in our neighborhoods doing slavery, doing Jim Crow, and watching us hang and burn. These are the same faces. The same faces. The selfish faces. The same faces. These are the same faces. Look at their faces. These are the same faces. I see the same faces, all the nations, all the Edomite nations. Yeah, they are different nations. You got Chinese Edomites, you got Japanese Edomites, you got Russian Edomites, you got Ashkenazi Edomites, you've got German, French, Belgium, you got Dutch Edomites, you've got Venezuela's Edomites, you got Mexican Edomites, you got Polynesian Island Edomites. And by the way, the Polynesian Islands, all those islands down there, the reason why there's more Edomites on these islands and in these American nations, the reason why it's more of them than it is of the indigenous people of the land is because guess what happened? These people, when they took us to those islands, it was probably more of us than it was them. But over the period of time, over the process of time, they misogynist laws. Only the slave master could uh, procreate with the indigenous people. And then after that, they created a system where they whited out, where only whites would procreate with other white looking people. People with the less melanin that you had was the better. And they created a whole white race down there. Not only that, when wars came, they used wars and starvation to put the indigenous people in the middle, like David did Urias. He put Urias up into the on the walk, made him walk point, and let his and told the other soldiers to pull back and leave him out there by himself to fight. That's where they did us in their United States wars. That we had to walk point. They put us out in suicide missions. They sent us on the hard missions to kill us off. They killed us off in war. They killed us off starvation. They pushed us in the worst parts of the land to where there was no resources. They starved us out with biological weapons against us. They used biological weapons against us. These are the same faces you see now. They are in distress. They are under the thumb of white supremacy. And they feel like instead of them going tearing that wicked ass government down and doing what is right, doing what's right as far as a people on the earth, they're pleading to their wicked government who they set in place to treat them right, and to hell with the rest of the people, the indigenous people. That's the same faces, those are the same faces that watched us get hung and burned alive and had our members severed from our bodies. They watched their people unalive us with no regret. These are the same people, man. So, you know, the same faces, man. These are the same faces. Holding those signs saying, help us. The hell with the rest of the people. You got happy faces. They're complacent with what they're doing. Instead of forming a team, going in there and snatching Muskie out, all those wicked police officers, and their military, instead of tearing down these fake governments and fake agencies and saying we're going to treat everybody on the earth right, we're going to give these people their land back, we're going to just take a part of it, we're going to protect ourselves and leave them alone. We're going to stop meddling with them, like God told us not to meddle with you, Esau, not to meddle with Moab, not to live our own lives, ruling our own worlds, keeping his laws, and not prevent y'all from having your own gods. He said, give them the respect to have their own dead, wicked gods and let them live their life on the earth. I gave the earth to everybody, right? But they stop us from ruling our worlds and force us into their worlds and their jurisdiction. That's fraud. They have committed fraud against us, and the Most High God is stopping you right now. And you're mad at us because we won't pray. We won't pray for you guys to keep violating us. We won't join you in your protests to come up front and be shot down by your police officers. That's what they're trying to get us to do, by the way. They want us to come out and protest with them, and they push us to the front to be shot down, to take the bullets and the abuse. And so, that's real smart of y'all to think we that dumb, That's really smart of y'all to think we stupid. We're never going to join you in your government again. And what you're doing now in cutting us off from all those welfares, take our money, you're sealing the nail in your own coffin, sir. Esau, that's a perfect example of Esau right there. That's a perfect example. What y'all doing right now is sealing your fate, your own fate. Because when y'all could have stood up for us and did right by the Most High God, did you do it? No. You held signs saying, let's get some people in here that's going to look out for our interests, going to help us continue to cipher and steal these people's land and their heritage and their lifeline. The lifeline, Social Security. That's all our elders have, but they don't. Wisdom of Solomon, too. They think nothing of the age and the gray hair and the youth. Kill them all. Kill them all. They just, this ignorant doctor, whatever, uh, just showed a video where the police officer taking a black woman and body slamming her on her head. And he think that's news. Well, you know, he's homosexual, so doctor, somebody. He's showing everything that the Edomites is doing to us. He's glorifying the Edomites. Dr. Richie or somebody like that. I don't know. You know his name. He just showed a video where the police officer, young white man, took a young black woman and put her in handcuffs first. He handcuffed her first, and then he picked her up and body slammed her on her head because she asked him, under what jurisdiction, what authority do you have to arrest me? And he body slammed her on her head. These are the people y'all want to get behind? No, I hope our people have had enough, man, of this shit. I hope we have had enough to where we can come together and stand and watch the Most High destroy them. And if they keep attacking us and meddling with us, we will stand against them and put them in our jails, put them in our handcuffs. Because the Bible said we will take them by the hand of his people, Israel and Jacob and Judah. The Most High is going to take his vengeance against these people. So that's before Christ come back, because when Christ come back, that's power. That's too much power. That's overkill. When he come back, he going to take everything that we spoil them. We're going to spoil them first, right? Before we get our supernatural bodies, we're going to spoil them because they're going to try to spoil us. And he's going to say, no, they are greater. I'm behind them, and I'm not blessing you no more, Esau, with the sword. You know, God created the smith, and he also created the blacksmith. So y'all think y'all dangerous with weapons? We are too. So the Most High is going to take his vengeance by the hands of his people Israel against y'all. And y'all stupid enough to run up on us after you didn't beat us in no gym classes, no sports and athletes. You can't beat us thinking. You're going to run up on the giants of the earth with your idiot weapons and your idiot body mass and your idiot thinking. You're going to run up on us and try to subdue us here in the last days. No more Jacob's trouble. No more Jacob's trouble. God is going to use the 2/3 to be on our side, and some of your own people, the Edomites, are going to stand against you. Some of them are. Some of them are. They're going to stand against you, but they're going to be in the front line. They're going to walk point against their own people, not us. They got to walk point and help subdue you people. You got to walk point and get your own people. If you want favor with the Most High God, if you want to live your life forever with us, then you got to walk point and subdue your own race. We not walking point for y'all no more against y'all. You got all the weapons, you got all the food, you got everything. You got all the people over here. Y'all got to walk point and stop that your own fraudulent government. Get on point. If not, the Most High is going to destroy you. Get on point. You want to live forever with us in our kingdom? Get on point. Stop your wicked people. Put them damn signs down and go in there and subdue them fraudulent people, those terrorists. If you're not a terrorist, if it's some good white people, get busy. So if you good white people can't subdue those few little wicked people, you say it's only a few wicked people. Well, you good white people overnumber them, get in there and destroy them and put them in handcuffs. It's only a few wicked people in your nation and all the rest of y'all are good. Get in there and subdue them if all of y'all are good. If most of y'all are good. It's only a few bad police on the police force. Well, get in there and subdue them bad police. The wicked must subdue the wicked. The wicked must subdue the wicked in order to prove yourself faithful and worthy for this kingdom that you say you want to be in. You say you worship our God. He said he ain't your God. We are your gods. We are the gods of the earth. And we always have treated y'all right. I don't know why y'all trying to act like y'all so scared of us and we ain't gonna treat you right. We're not killing you right now. Some of you weaklings, we could destroy y'all. We could destroy y'all right now, man. We could destroy y'all right now. You idiots. We could destroy y'all right now. And you ought to be thanking the Most High God because he's giving you so many chances, man. He's giving y'all so many chances, man. Look, all you homosexuals and look, all you stand up looking like men and homosexuals to your hearts, man. You Greekish fashionists. Save AIDS. Save the U.S. AIDS. They're not the U.S. AIDS. Every aid today, every aid that y'all call U.S. AIDS, they belong to us. You stole them from us. You holding the signs of frauds. You are fraudulent. So all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High God that he's uncovering the fraud in these people. They know they're frauds, but he wants us to see. I would not have you to be ignorant, brothers. Israelites, stop being ignorant. These people are not your gods. They are not your governors. You're not supposed to set them up. You're not supposed to let them take the credit, the patent, put the patent on the AIDS and say they belong to the U.S. The U.S. is giving us. The U.S. government is fraud. It's a fraudulent government. It's not a government. It's a corporation. De facto. They are de facto with their UCC legal leads laws. They're not real laws. God's law is the law of the land, Nathan and General Johanna. God's laws are the laws of the land. Well, y'all helping these people to establish their right to be here. You're even saying that they are the northern kingdom, the paleface are the northern kingdom. No, these people have no right to be in this land. None of them. They're not U.S. aides. They are Israelites' aides. Everything you have in this land belongs to us. Go back to Assyria, Mount Seir, the Caucasus Mountains. That's your land. Start backtracking and recede like the tide in the ocean. Recede back to Mount Seir. And you might have a chance to live on this earth for 1,000 years. But if not, you're going to die with nuclear warfare. You're going to die. You're not going to get that 1,000 years to live on this earth when Christ comes back. You're not going to get that 1,000 years. You're going to die. You're going to die in World War III. right here in America. All you people over here right now calling that U.S. aid, you're going to die when the Most High have Russia, who Russia know who he is. He know who he is, just like Alexander the Greek. He read Daniel's prophecy and he stepped into his prophecy. That's what Russia is doing. The Chinese, they're going to be destroyed. Their country is going to be destroyed. All the European unions, we're going to send nukes over there and destroy them. At the same time, they're going to send nukes over here and destroy this whole Babylonian system. It's about to happen. But first, we're going to take our hands and war against you Edomites that's here in this land with your own people who have cleaved to us and decide that they want the Most High God to be their God too. They're going to take point and bring y'all damn devils down. You're going to bring you MAGA hats down and run you back into your place and get you ready for nuclear war. You're going to bundle you up, tie you up, get you ready for the fire. That's what's going to happen. All praises to the Most High. I don't know what I'm going to title this message. Clay and the iron will not mix. Clay and the iron will not mix. U.S. aids are Israelites' aids. U.S. aids are stolen from Israelites. Now, let's try something else. U.S. aids, stolen energy from Israelites. Or stolen energy from Israelites. Okay, let's try that. God bless you.